Hi, I'm here at the wake of the third test, India versus Australia, which just concluded today, and India lost. India is still leading the series 2-1, but India lost this test and indoor, and it only took 2.5 days, not even that, for the test to conclude. So I'm going to discuss a bit about what are the topics that's going on in this series and in this test in particular. So one of the topic is Indian batting, which has been a topic of discussion for quite a while. So in the beginning of the series, it came up that Indian batting is not good in India nowadays, not as good as it used to be on the time of Tendulkar and Dravid and Sehwag. Now it's not as good because the pitches are not good enough. So we only get to play 2 days, 3 days matches, and maximum scores are on about 200. So how would the batsman go on and score 100 runs every innings, which is fair. On the other hand, something also is getting discussed is that if the scores are 200 because of the pitches or because the batsmen are not good enough to play in this kind of pitches at all. So the thing what happened is in the past was that there were similar spin friendly tracks, if not this. I mean, if the spin, even if it was not this serious, but at least it was never like a complete flat deck. There were times where India used to play batsman friendly tracks, but from day two it used to spin quite a bit. And in those tracks, we did have batsmen scoring hundreds, 200s, and Mohammad Azharuddin and Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid. They scored tons of runs, like they were like run machines, and there were spin in those pitches. In current scenario, the thing is that we have lost the art of playing test cricket. Even if India is number one in test almost last 10 years, still I'm saying that we have kind of lost the art of test cricket. So we now know that, like, I mean, not know, but the psyche has come out to the fact that if you have to bat well in test, you have to defense all the time, which is not always true. Like past Indian batsmen, there were many who were actually pretty attacking, and VVS Laxman is one of the example. He was not a defensive batsman. He was a pretty attacking batsman, even if the strike rates would be like, okay, it's in the 50s, but he would come out and play his shots. And Rahul Dravid, if you see his stats, you will see like his strike rate in the first 100 balls and the strike rate in the next 100 balls changed drastically. So which means that he used to play slowly to take the time. He took the first 100 balls to get into the groove of things, get into the comfort of the pitch, get into how the bowlers are bowling, what are the pace, what is the weather like, what is the pitch like. But after those 100 balls, if you go into look into the stats, he actually increased his scoring rate quite a bit, which is unlike, say, Pujara. Pujara has been compared with Dravid in a very 1-to-1 like kind of sequence. Like Pujara is exactly a copy of Rahul Dravid, and he plays at number 3. He is a defensive batsman. He has a solid technique and all that. So people try to say that Pujara is the new Dravid, but if you look at the Dravid innings, like the good ones, and if you look at Pujara's innings, you will see that Pujara actually never increases its strike rate. On the other hand, Rahul Dravid did. And Rahul Dravid also used to play attack. I mean, he was not hitting sixes regularly like Virendra Sehwag, but he used to hit a lot of boundaries. He used to cut. He used to have like a very strong drives, and he used to have very good wrist plays. And other batsmen like Mohammad Azharuddin or Saurabh Ganguly, they were like quite a bit of attacking batsmen. So India used to have attacking batsmen, and India used to attack in a test circuit, which means that you don't need to attack every ball. but you still need to attack the bad deliveries. Unless you attack the bad deliveries, spinners are not going to get tired, and that's the catch about playing spin friendly tracks. In pace friendly tracks, there are two things that happens. One is that if you prepare a pace friendly track, if you prepare a green top, after the second day it starts getting more flatter because the greenness reduces and there is a bit of ups and downs, but other than that it becomes more and more batting friendly after second day afternoon, like from the fourth, fifth session of the test match, it starts becoming more batting friendly. On the other hand, if you start with a spin friendly track, the track is going to deteriorate even more and more, right? So if it spins on day one, it would spin drastically on day two, and that match will not even go to day three. So you have to I mean, if you have a spin friendly wicket, that ain't be any time batting friendly in the next 5 days. On the other hand, in green tops it does. The second point about the pitches is that in green pitches, you bowl a lot of pace bowlers, but the pace bowlers get tired. The pace bowlers cannot maintain the same rhythm after bowling a spell of say 8-9 overs. So if Jimmy Anderson is bowling 8 overs at a stretch, then he needs rest, and on his 9th over he would become slow, he would become less accurate. On the other hand, spinners don't get tired, so spinners can continue bowling 20 overs at a trot, and they would only just be equally in their comfort zone, and they can continue bowling long spells. So there what happens is, unless you do something very clearly to destroy their rhythm, you or to hamper their rhythm, they would just keep on getting better, because they will not be tired. For pacers, you can say that, okay, like Courtney Ambrose is bowling, and I cannot hit him right now, so I will see through his 5-over spell. Or McGrath, I can see through his 6-7 over spell. But for Ashwin, Jadeja, or Lyon, you cannot say that. You cannot say that I would just see through his 20-over spell. So you have to play attacking shots, and that we do not know. We have forgot that. We know that attacking shot means T20. You just take a risk of playing like scoring shots, and in test, if you are not playing like attacking cricket or scoring cricket, you just defense. So we have lost something which was in between, which was that playing shots which will give you runs, which will be a scoring shot, despite not being overly aggressive or overly attacking. So that has been one of the reasons that India's batting has been really poor. Some batsmen come and keep on defending. So after 50 balls or 100 balls, they have only scored maybe 20-30 runs. On the other hand, some batsmen come out and just show a lack of temperament and nick something outside the off stump, or show a gap between bat and pad, and any kind of like little bit of movement in air would be enough to beat them. So that's a huge problem even for Indian batting right now, and Indian batting is quite in a bad stage. Yeah, India did bat well in the last England trip, I remember. I mean, we know that India won the series. I mean, India won the 2 tests there, and India were doing pretty well, but still the batsmen, like the regular batsmen, other than 1 or 2, were not scoring regularly, and there was always something missing in a compactness, and this batting lineup is clearly vulnerable. And today was a big example. The pitch was bad, the pitch was playing for spin, but despite that, Indian batsmen should not have struggled to score 200 runs. It was not that difficult to score 200 runs. Yeah, scoring 300 was difficult, but scoring 200 was possible for Indian batsmen, but they did not. So that's something to work for in the next test and in the next 6 months, I would say. Otherwise, the World Championship, the World Test Championship finally, even if India go through that, it would not really be a very fruitful outing unless India really work on their batting, or India just leave all their batsmen and give them rest and bring out fresh pair of people who have a different mindset, who are coming directly from the Ranji Trophy and just ready to show their skills on the big platform, like someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal or Sarfaraz Khan. They really need time to establish themselves in Test cricket, and you can do that. You can try them out. It's no harm in trying new batsmen who are really talented. Or if you do not want to try them, then you need to change your mindset. This mindset of either playing aggressive shots or playing extremely defensively, these two polar things is what creating a big trouble for India in Test cricket. More on follow-up videos. So this is like kind of the first. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.